What's going on, Eagles fans? Off day today in Eagles' otherwise active training camp, and I took the time to take a look at some of the tape from Steven Nelson, of course, Eagles' new cornerback signing, and I wanted to take a look at him against some of the better receivers. So I found tape against DK Metcalf. We're going to go through some Stephon Diggs and some Jerry Jeudy because I really like Judy's route running skills. I want to see how Nelson would cope up with that. Of course, we're going to go through the entire games of them. So there's going to be other receivers as well. Of course, remember, if you want to donate to the show, check out the link below to my Patreon. Otherwise, let's just get to it. Really enjoy this rep. Um, cover one, man. He's impressed against DK Metcalf, getting really physical with him. And he's getting a good, again, once again, his outside hand, get it on him, and then turn. So he's looking for the ball there. It's lobbed up, elevate forward, and it's a pass interference against DK Metcalf, moves the Seattle offense back. Take a look at it here from the box view. We're going to see it when it's in the air. Really good positioning by Nelson. He has him squeezed towards the sideline. He has his eyes towards the ball. We got man here once again. DK Metcalf at the bottle against Nelson, and he's going on a 9 route. Nelson does a really good job here of getting his outside shoulder into DK and then turning his head. So he's looking back for the ball right here. Then he can work with the sideline as his friend. So as he's running down here, and as soon as he has his outside shoulder planted in the chest of DK, he has him in full control, and he can sort of lean into him. See, he gets him. He gets him here, like a few yards from the numbers. And where do they end up? Of course, a little bit of outside step there. Well, they end up almost at the sideline here because he's keeps squeezing him to the sideline. Then he has full control over the passes and it goes incomplete. Another rip here. Cover one man, pressed up against DK Metcalf. Same technique, and he does it really well. Outside hand on DK, turn back for the ball, use the sideline as your friend. Really good physicality against DK, and then knock the ball down for the pass breakup. No flags on the play. Let's check this one here from the box too. And really enjoy this rep. So it's been a couple of reps here. We've seen Nelson actually physically outman a little bit on DK Metcalf by using the sideline as his friend. That's a really good rep too. Cover one man here going against DK Metcalf at the top. Um, and he is with him because DK is not really he's not really setting back as if he's going on a curl, but Russell puts it on a really good back shoulder throw here for DK, who gets a little bit of extension from it, makes the catch. Then right off the bat, the next player going on the same thing here. Cover one man once again against DK Metcalf, and he's trying to throw this back shoulder one more time, and this time Nelson does not get fooled by it. He sticks the coverage a little bit tighter, so he is with him right here, makes a little bit of contact. This is coming up here, and that is inhibiting DK from making this little push off here and extend back for the ball. So it's a good adjustment here from Nelson. Got him here once again, man coverage against DK Metcalf, empty formation. He's going on a little bit of an in route here. Doesn't really sell it to him, gets his hands on him well. So when he's going inside break, he already has good hands on him. Really good coverage. Cover one man again, DK Metcalf right here, coming across the middle here. And what I like about this rep is that we get to see the hip mobility of Steven as he's coming up here. He's prepared as if he's breaking outside. But as DK is coming back inside here, 180 hip flip right here from Nelson, he's right with him over the middle. Slant from DK. We got Steven in press coverage up on him. Really good physical hand work here. He gets his inside hand on him as he's turning. That helps him a little bit as he's turning with the hips. Good coverage. All right, so here going against man and Tyler Lockett, another physical type of receiver as we saw with DK Metcalf, a lot more speed to him. Coming up here on an out route, and really enjoy the footwork from Steven as he's coming up here. Notice him here. He's going to backtrack here. He's man against him. He's respecting the deep threat that is Tyler. So as he's coming up here, boom. As soon as he is stepping outside, he plants his inside foot, and then he's straight up to it. Steelers playing inverted cover 2. So you're going to have two hook the curls, two flats here, and then the deep middle defender is going to drop down into a 3 hole. So he's moving a little bit forward here. You got two outside corners. And Steven is the flat defender right here. And initially, I really like what he's doing in that he's helping out his deep safety against DK Metcalf by remaining underneath him. So he's not going full go. He's remaining underneath here, but then you got the running back cheating out there, and you got to be aware of that when you're the flat defender. So I understand his priority of covering DK, but also got to get up there, not that aggressive downfield. When you're the flat defender, this might happen where you're giving up an easy first down. So now third and a mile, and we're playing cover three here for Steelers, and Nelson has the flat. A little bit more. I mean, he's lined up deep because it is the down and distance as it is. But he breaks really nicely on the flat throw, limits it. Cover three here, so Nelson is the deep defender on this rep. You're gonna have the stand-up outside linebacker here. He's gonna drop into the flat, but it's a quick game. Steven Nelson reads it well, reads the quarterback as he's pulling the trigger, gets out there, so he's in position. Should have made this catch and limited to a few yards, but it's dropped. Third and 10, and we got inverted cover two once again. When you see the safety here down the middle, he's going to cheat a little bit, making it look like cover three, making it seem like the seam is open, and then he's just going to pounce on that. Notice Nelson here at the bottom. He's playing the flat zone once again, and the physicality he brings there on DK reroute him to help out his deep defender, and then he's in position to come up there to the flat if needed. So here's the thing you don't want to happen though, is that you get too obsessed with covering the deep route, and then you're turning a little bit too quickly to make sure that you can get in that good position that we've seen so far. So what is going to happen here in this slant route against DK is that he's going to open up his outside leg, so he's facing towards the outside a little bit too fast. So then when DK is breaking inside, he has a step on him and is open for the slant throw here. It's marginal errors, but it is worth pointing out though. Cover three this rep, and it's a flat zone for Steven Nelson. And I really like his natural instinct of finding out where the routes are going and where he needs to be in the progress of the play. So the first part of the rep is to see is anyone going flat. And while he's doing that, he's gaining a little bit of depth to help out the deep guy here as he's going to take over on DK. So we got guy in the flat, fine, you bounce up on him, so you have him covered. Now, when you see the play isn't going here, you're going to go backwards because if this safety over here is going to track to this side of the field as the quarterback is scrambling out, he has an opportunity to cover the deeper route right here. He's in perfect position in between these two guys. So we got Buffalo Bills up next, and we're looking at Stephon Diggs primarily against Steven Nelson. Stephon Diggs, on the contrary to DK Metcalf, is a really good route runner and wins in a lot of different ways than DK does. So it'll be interesting to see here. First rep, we got a man coverage, and actually it's double coverage against the Stephon Diggs here at the top. Steven Nelson knows this, so he wants to get a little bit of physicality in on him. He wants to get his hands on him to begin with, and then he wants to relate outside because he has the help to the inside. Stephon gets a little bit of separation here, a little bit underthrown here from Josh Allen. But Steven ultimately recovers, is in okay position, although Stephon got a step on him. Slant here for Diggs at the top, and Steven is playing off coverage here, which puts him in a little bit of a tough situation here on the slant. He has a lot of ground to make up. Good break on the ball, and he is there as soon as he makes the catch, but the off coverage position sort of limited him on that play. Very quick play here for Buffalo. A lot of confusion on the Steelers defense on this play. Not quite sure if they're playing zone or man. To be honest, the ball is out immediately to Stephon, who's just running a 3 yard curl here to get the first down. Steven is a little bit hesitant. He flips his hips when he maybe doesn't have to at this point here. Comes back quickly to make the tackle, but that little extra step in his back or in his turn, premature turn, is what made the difference on whether that's complete or incomplete. Man against Diggs here at the bottom. He's running a deep curl route, and I really enjoy the footwork here from Steven. Back pedal, and then as he is committing outside, turn your hips, boom, he comes back, boom, you come back. It's one step and then turn. No bicycle kicks as we've been talking about in some of the other videos, where you're sort of like you're chopping your feet in the turn, which usually means you're not in a very good balance with your hips. But he turns so damn fast as he coming in here, Darius Slay-esque. So that's really good coverage. Another curl for Diggs here, going to the sticks and just trying to get that first down. Better played by Nelson this time. He doesn't turn away from him prematurely, and he has a really good break on the ball. And he's right there as Diggs is making the catch. but this is just a laser thrown by Josh Allen. So he's right there at the catch point, so he makes it a contested catch, and that is a fine job by Nelson. He makes it as hard as possible for the receiver to make this catch, and ultimately that's a W for him. It's a 50-50 ball. Really good footwork and good bounce on the ball. Tough rep here against Gabriel Davis, I believe it is. At the bottom here, man coverage, and he is faking as if it's going on a curl. Steven bites it so hard. Ball is luckily underthrown just a little bit, so Nelson can come back and recover, and he actually does, and it's an incomplete pass. So the result of the play is fine, but the way he got there is not that great. You want to have a little bit better balance there, but I understand Stephon Diggs just burned him a little bit on those curl routes, and then this one comes out the hat. So good recovery. Got to be better on those double moves. Otherwise, we're just going to see Jalen Mills 2.0. So here we see him go up against Davis, where he actually does come back on the curl route. Not a double move this time. Good footwork here from Nelson. He's in a good position to turn as Davis is turning. Comes up there, contests the catch, and then incomplete. Cover 3 for the Steelers here, and Diggs is running like a 5-yard out, and it's going to look a little weird here because you're going to see he's turning, and he's not following him. Why isn't he following him? Is because he is respecting if either of them are going to go deep or going on a double move or something like that, because this is the flat defender on this play. So he's expecting him to get out there. Of course, he's covering his guy. And that's why it leaves a little bit of an opening for Diggs. Not a lot, and it's just a tremendous catch by Diggs. So here we got Steven on skates against Diggs, who really, really gets him on this little fake here. He's taking a step, like a long stride step, as if he's going deep here. That one step he's doing there, that's forcing Steven to turn his body an extra 90 degrees, so he's faced all the way, or he's just turned all the way towards his own end zone. And he has a much tougher time coming back for the ball here, not as crisp as we've seen before, and that leaves a lot of space for Diggs on the curl. One-on-one against Diggs here, a shot for the end zone on the fade here, and Steven plays it really well here. Once again, like we saw with DK, he gets the shoulder on Diggs, and then he's right there when he's turning his head and playing the ball, forcing the incompletion. Another win by Diggs here against Steven, another really good route. And he sort of beats him the same way. Like he has that extra that stride or step that he's taking upfield, which forces Nelson to turn his hips 90 degrees, an extra 90 degrees towards his own end zone before he's breaking on the in route here. And Steven is he's on the ground here. He's out of balance, poor rep, and goes for a touchdown. Doesn't really get his hands on Gabriel Davis here in man coverage. Steelers setting quite the number of pressure here, and there's no safety help over the top. Gabriel gets an inside release. He has a really good long speed, and Steven can't really catch up here. Overthrown ball, but Steven is beat. Curl route again for Stephon here at the bottom. Really good physicality from both of them. Maybe you can argue is a little bit of a push off there, extends his arm against Steven, but he comes back well for it here. He does give up the catch here on 1st and 20, but you'll take that any day. Double coverage on Stephon here, so once again Steven will take the outside of him as he has help on the inside. He stays with him, stride for stride. The inside safety help here, whatever that guy is, it cannot keep up. But I actually think Steven does a good job of keeping up here. So when the ball does arrive, he's right there with him without Diggs having to take some speed off. Things getting really physical here later in the game. We got another curl route here for Stephon, and Steven has had enough of at this point. He's really physical on him, gets one hand on him, gets a second hand on him, really disrupts the route, and then and the turn here, Diggs is just going to shove Steven down, and he's going to shove him down with him. So, I mean, they don't call anything on it because I think they're both really physical at that point, but uh, I like the competitiveness between both of them. So moving on to the next game here, we got Denver Broncos. Why did I pick this game? It's because we're going to see him against Jerry Jeudy, who, in my opinion, is one of the best route runners in the NFL. And we see him right off the bat here at the top against Jerry, he's starting off an outside release going deep. Really good job here by Nelson to begin with, getting his hands on him, like we saw against DK Metcalf. And then he's turning his head. At that point, Drew Lock throws a back shoulder throw for Jerry, who does such a phenomenal job coming back there. Such good footwork, and it is a complete pass. A deep route here for Jerry. Nine route here, going first inside, outside. So he's playing a little bit with the ankle here. Enjoy the footwork here from Nelson. So when he's coming back, he's first going to back paddle towards the outside. And then as soon as he's coming back, he's in a good position, turn his hips, and then run with him down the sideline. Manned up against Jerry Jeudy here. Once again, he's lined up in off coverage this time. So he's going to stay a little. He's going to stay still to begin with, chop his feet a little bit, then create physicality with Jerry. So when he's coming over the middle, he's going inside here. He's right with him, stride for stride, and can break up the pass. Working against Jeudy at the top, working nicely with the sideline as his friend. Really good footwork. This is coming up with him, get some hands on him. 8-man coverage against number 17 of this rep. Really good job here, staying underneath from a knows he has safety hub over the top, so he takes a good angle underneath him right there. Here working against the tight end, man, he's coming across the middle right there. Good speed, positioning himself underneath. So if he throws that ball, there's a good chance of getting an interception. Really good sticky coverage here against 17 at the bottom. Going on a deeper curl route. Good turn there with the hips. Position himself underneath, so he's with him all the way when he's turning. Good positioning here, man against Jeudy on a go route. Once again, he's trying to play a little bit with the angles. Nelson doesn't matter. He takes a good angle on him. Once again, gets his shoulder turned there at the end. So if the ball had come, he could squeeze him a little bit to the outside. Not against Jeudy this rep, but it is a target here on a go route. Lined up in off coverage. This is 3rd and a mile. We see this here. He is relating to the receiver, and then he's sort of like leaning into him, playing with the sideline as his friend, making it a lot easier for himself to cover him, not giving the receiver that much ground to work and to essentially moss, in lack of a better term here, Steven, and he gets the pass breakup. Man coverage here on the top against Deshaun Hamilton, working a little bit on the inside, then curl as he's coming up. Good coverage with him all the way. Working man coverage against the tight end once again right here. He's coming across the middle, spots it well, comes up with him here, and it takes like a subtle position behind him. So he's sort of baiting the quarterback into throwing the pass, believing in himself on being able to get up there and pounce on the ball as soon as we need to. Good pass breakup. Working against KJ Hamler down here at the bottom of the screen. KJ trying to go first out and in, use a little bit of explosiveness. Nelson doesn't bite. So what can we conclude from this? Eagles are getting a physical cornerback in Steven Nelson, who has shown that he can be really effective when lined up in press in the line of scrimmage. He also has some footwork that he can quickly bounce on simpler routes. Of course, we've seen him against Stephon Diggs, especially, who's a really good route runner. That he is not prone to mistakes. That he will get a little bit lost, and his feet will get all over him. But all in all, I think I've been really impressed with what was seen with Steven Nelson and some of the traits that he has, and his ability to turn mid route, because it's not going to be perfect when you're a cornerback. So his ability to speed turn, his ability to plant and go, always something that you can take with you to wherever you're going to play. So I think he's a really good cornerback 2 option, and I can't wait to see him with the Eagles.